Hello and welcome to Highland O'Clock podcast, where we get to document practices, experiences, and lessons on land. My name is Rita Kemgisa, and on this episode, we traveled all the way to the beautiful land of Tooro, and I'm proud to say I am a daughter of this kingdom. We are going to be having a conversation at what are some of the culturally acceptable norms and practices when it comes to women's land rights here in Tooro Kingdom. And we're looking at basically capturing the reasoning behind some of these norms and practices so that we can help communities to be able to identify some of those that are negative and, so that they can be able to, transform from them by themselves. My name is Rita Kemgise, and today I have the honor of hosting the Deputy Prime Minister of Tooro Kingdom, who is also the Minister of Gender, Owekitinisa Abwooli Harriet Nyakake. Owekitinisa, you're welcome to this podcast. Please go ahead and introduce yourself and also the people of Tooro.
I'm Harriet Nyakake Abwooli, the Deputy Prime Minister of Tooro Kingdom and Minister for Gender. You are welcome to Tooro Kingdom. Feel at home.
Thank you.
Twakutangira muka webale kugaruka kwija kuba hamwe naitwe no kwija kumanyaho ebikeraho haitaka byokama bwa Tooro rundi abakazi n'abaisiki nibabatwaza bata haitaka lya Tooro.
Ote muno Owekitinisa webale muno kuntangira. I was just appreciating her for welcoming us into the kingdom. And since we had the conversation, she has clearly mentioned we are talking about land and women. What does land mean to you as a person? And then you can also take us through what land means to the people of Tooro.
Of course, land, to me, land, I respect land. And land means a lot because we have grown on this land. We married on this land, we have had children on this land, and we have done all what it takes to protect our land. And of course, everyone here in Tooro Kingdom, people respect the land. And they live, most people live harmoniously on that land. And land mostly is owned by families, yes. And the caretakers are the family itself. So here in Tooro, land means a lot.
I think in Tooro, would I be right to say land in Tooro means a family?
Yes. It's all about family. Yes.
So without land, there are no families?
Yes. On the land, of course, there is a lot people are doing on the land. And it's like that land is mostly feeding the family. Yes.
So I would be right to say that the people of the Tooro of Tooro here, land is more like that place where we derive, our food from, and from the different identities you talked about there.
Yes.
And then let's talk about relations on land. How do men and women relate when it comes to land here in Tooro?
Okay, it depends mainly on families. It depends on families and maybe in clans, and it depends maybe the head of the home. But men and women, most of the time, they are living in harmony on the land. Yes, they make use of it like as a family. And of course we have extended families and what have you, and I think they relate. Of course there are others where you find wrangles, especially where there are gender-based violence. Of course we are not all the same, but you find in other parts or in other homes there are wrangles. But of course wrangles, sometimes they settle them at home as family or as a clan, and most times when it fails, they go to court. Yes, but most time they settle it amicably. Yeah.
Abwooli, you talked about how when you were explaining how the relations on land, you talked about family land and then you talked about clan land. Would you want to be specific? Does that mean we have land that belongs to clans here? That's what I would want to understand.
Okay, there is land, you can find that a certain clan settles on that land, and mostly it's the clan members mostly on that land. But these days people have sold land, people are shifting from place to place, but mostly here it's family land.
So there's nothing like clan land here.
No, no, they are there. You find certain clans, like the Abagumba, they have the land, or that land belongs to the Babito, that land belongs to the Vasita, but mostly here land is owned by families, yes. Either families or an individual, yes.
Okay. So you talk about how family, usually the land here is, I would say, more of family land, and that's how it's governed. So let's talk about what are some of the norms and practices that govern this kind of, system of or land arrangement.
Okay, each family manages its land through the family head or the members of the family, and mostly here it's the head of the family, and the head of the family, that is the father of the home, and that is it. And maybe if he's not there, or he's dead, he leaves a will, and mostly the people of Tooro, the wills, the heir of the family, mostly it's a boy, and sometimes it can be a girl, but of course the heir is like now. It's not that the heir has taken the whole land or is taking the whole land. No, it's only to manage the home. The heir can also have his own land.
But culturally, who is supposed to be the heir of a home? Is it there in culture that it's the boy child? How does culture look like when it comes to that?
Okay, our culture respects men. Like a man is the one supposed to be the heir of the home. But when you have produced only girls, what do? It's a girl. You not. I don't think. I have not seen it. People crossing to another family to get a heir. No. Yes, everything is managed within the home. Yes, it's all about the home. And when the head of the family is dead, and of course the mother remains, the widow automatically takes over with the heir of the home. Yes, people respect their mothers. Yes, of course, willingly, and the mother takes over.
Are women in this kingdom allowed to own land? Are they allowed to inherit land?
Yes, here women are allowed to inherit land, and women, of course, are allowed to use the land unless otherwise. You find very few families which are, of course, fighting women or intimidating women. But mostly here in Tooro Kingdom, women own land, women are allowed to inherit land, women are allowed to use land, women are using the land. Yes. And it's all about the family. Yes.
And is that a cultural principle that this is how things are, and to us the kingdom, basically this is how things are governed here and this is how land is managed here? Is that the principle? Or?
Yes, as a kingdom, we want to see people living peacefully, living in harmony. That's why we are fighting gender-based violence. We want people to own their land, to secure their land, to protect their land, and use it productively. Yes.
What happens in the event, like you've mentioned, in the event this family is headed by a woman? Because we are seeing this a lot in this country. What happens if the family is being headed by a woman?
If a family is being headed by a woman, they're okay. Things are okay. Everything is okay. It's all about how is that woman taking herself, you see? And of course, things will move on normally, yes. Because there's nothing which can change, because even if the head of the family was there, the woman was also contributing. And even if the husband is not there, he moves on, she moves on with the children. 'Yes, we have seen so many homes being headed by women, and the children are okay. Yes.
And is that a cultural principle that this is how things are governed here and this is how land is managed here? Is that the principle? Or?
Yes, we have seen so many homes being headed by women, and the children are okay. Yes. because maybe their husbands have gone, but I don't think there's nothing much which changes, but things move on normally.
Let's talk about inheritance. And earlier you talked about how there in some families, land is actually owned by clans. In this event of when the head of the family has passed on and the woman perhaps has inherited this land, can they also inherit the clan land if there is that clan land in particular?
No, when I tell you about the clan land, you find it's there. It was there, or that land was for the Vasita. But it's the Vasita, different families are on that land and managing themselves. Yes, it's not that it's the land is for it belongs to the clan and what have you. You just say that hill is owned by the Vasita clan. It's only you find there, mostly the majority are Vasita families, and that's it. Yeah.
So does that mean if I'm from the Wavito clan, would I inherit land that is for the Vasita clan? Let me imagine I'm married to the to the Vasita family, and here I am on their land. How does that work out?
Yes, but you are married there. You are married there. You have children. Yes, and of course here we mostly you don't marry from your own clan. Yes, if you are Msita married to the Wavito, and the land belongs to the Wavito, yes, you belong there because you have children.
Let's talk about decision making on land. Are there cultural practices and norms that govern who should make decisions on a particular, kind of land where one is deriving a livelihood?
Here mostly it's the husband and wife and the children, but mostly it is the husband and the wife. Yes.
Okay. And then let's look at in cases of divorce. We very well know that culturally, when you're married, usually we don't look at that case of if things fail. Usually failing is not an option, but we are seeing recently a lot of families breaking up. So what happens in the event a relationship fails and eventually this husband and wife have to separate? How does culture look like when it comes to maybe women having a fair share of maybe the property that they had made together with the husband?
Now, if I've not made such, and but if it came up, I think it's handled by the members of the family and the members of the clan, and both parents of the man or the woman. Yes, yes. Here it's all about the community and the people.
So land is more like a communal, process, or where land is governed here. Would I be right to say that?
No.
Family, community.
It's the family. First, it's the family. Yes. When things go wrong, of course, they are friends of the family. They are heads of clans, and they are elders in the community. They sit around and settle the problem. Yes.
And in the event this woman has not had children in that period of marriage, what happens?
It depends which marriage, because when you go to church, the vows are quite clear. In what? Sickness and?
In both in sickness and in bad health, all that, in good and
rich
in
or
bad.
poor.
Yeah.
Yes. Then you are married. It's all about understanding each other. That's what, here it's all about understanding each other. Yes. I've not had things which are really sour and what have you. No. It's all about the community understanding each other, the family understanding each other, the clans. You see, of course, the woman must be coming from
A different clan.
the Vasingo clan, and the man is coming from the Bahinda clan. They can come up and settle the problem. That's why here we have heads of clans. Yeah.
And what's their role when it comes to land management here in the kingdom, the heads of the clan?
You see, the heads of clans, they are there to unite people, to mobilize the people, to talk to the people, and see that families are moving on well. Yeah.
And then one thing we have noticed over time, you mentioned how, land is governed by the family, per se. We continuously see people, selling off land that is meant for, for the family. Families are, getting divided and separated. Some families are even no more. You go to a village and they say this land used to belong to maybe to the Nyakana family, but it's no more, because as a family, the children have sold off everything and they have left. As the kingdom, don't you feel this is in a way, getting away from what the kingdom values most, which is land, and the land for the family? How is the kingdom looking at this in the current times?
Okay, now as I have told you, it's all about the family. You see, it depends. Some families, you'll find that children are just reckless. It depends on how the children are brought up. Secondly, they can be brought up in a clear way, but then they grow and just come up with some habits which are not accepted in the family or which don't belong to that family. But then, all in all, there is one way of settling it. Yeah, but we condemn as a kingdom, as a cultural institution, and children who are selling off the land, or husbands selling off land without consulting with the wife or the children, because that's where they belong. That's their identity. Yes, we condemn that. And here it's not all that common, but it's there. But what I know, people come together and settle such things. But we condemn those people who are really selling the land, a family land, without a consent. And of course, you don't know what is next, what is tomorrow, and how will the children live, or where will your family be, you see. Yeah.
Maybe for clarity, you make it so clear that here as Tooro Kingdom, women actually have a fair share of this proportion of land that is family. Women are allowed, to actually inherit land. Women can actually own land in this kingdom.
Yes, women here are allowed to inherit land. Women here are allowed to own land, and women here are allowed to contribute with the family, to contribute in any way, bringing the family, bringing the children on that very land they own. Yes.
And as a kingdom, is there a specific process within which you rule over this land in the kingdom? Because we see in other, kingdoms, they could have, like land, management boards that govern the land. We all know the kingdom also has its own land where actually people, pay obsuru and all that.
Now, here in the kingdom, we have the kingdom land. The kingdom land, there people pay obsuru, the kingdom land. And of course, the kingdom land, we have the land board. We have the land board which manages the land. And then we have, the king owns his own land also. He has land, his own as a person, yes.
Traditionally, it's well known.
Yes. And he has people who governs his land, and he's free to do anything on his land. Then we have family, some families own land, big chunk of land and what have you. They have their own, how do I call it? They have like an organization or whatever to manage their land.
Okay, what kind of land are we talking about here in Tooro? Like, what kind of land is it? What kind of land tenure is it here in Tooro?
Okay, here in Tooro, as I have told you, it's most people own their land, and they have land titles.
Is it customary? Yes. Is it freehold? What kind of?
We have freehold and we have customary land. It depends where you are. Yes.
All right. As we conclude and to take you back, you talked about how you have, a land board here in the kingdom. Is there a representation of women who actually are in this, kind of land governance structure? Is there a proportion that is meant for the women to take up leadership positions in the land management as we conclude?
As Tooro Kingdom?
Yes.
Yeah, we have some women on the land board. We have some women.
And is it like a principle or a rule that a particular proportion of women should take up, this representation on this land management structure, or how is it like?
No, they are just picked, and like for us, we have counties, and these women, I think one is from Mwenge, another one is from Kitagwenda or Kibale. She's a member. They are members of the land board.
Okay, and maybe as we conclude, Deputy Prime Minister, there are a number of intermarriages, that are taking place here in the kingdom, and it could be, we will know people who are coming in from Mwenge, people who are coming in from as far as Munduja and all that. When it comes to land, how do you then, as a kingdom, guard this land that is meant, for the family, with all these intermarriages that are taking place here in the kingdom? And we also see a number of people who are migrating to stay here in the kingdom.
Now, here, when people here, they can sell their land, people buy land, and of course we have intermarriages and what have you. But as Tooro, we have lived with different tribes, and we have that intermarriage and what have you, cultural diversity and what have you, but we have lived with everyone. We have lived with everyone. Of course, if I say maybe like Mfumbira marries Tooro, of course now that one, either they buy land here and they stay together here, or they go somewhere else. If it's all about family. It's all about family. Yes.
So family makes I would say, the largest, holds the most, I would say, most power when it comes to, decision making on land.
Yes.
What would be your, concluding remarks, especially when it comes to ensuring that, women land rights in your kingdom do matter and women land rights are respected?
Yeah, as a woman, I would love people to respect also women, or we should respect each other, men and women. And mostly, people should not underrate women. They should respect women. They are the most, I might say, do all that donkey work on the land, in the family. They should be respected. If there is a chance of owning a land, or if you see to it that that woman is supposed to own that land or to govern that land, yeah, you give her the chance. And secondly, I don't see why it's a very big problem. Women should not own land. What does that mean? We produce, we cultivate, and that's where we get food to feed our children and what have you. That's the place where to live. Of course, like animals, they live in the national parks. Yes. Human beings are supposed to be where?
To be on the land.
Yes, to be on the land and make use of the land. Yes, unless you don't know what to do on the land, then you are useless. But most women, they have all what it takes to do something good on the land and to make it productive. Yes.
What are the women here in your kingdom using the land for? What are they using it for?
Of course, cultivating bananas, coffee, maize, onions, sweet potatoes, cassava, of course, the rearing of chicken, goats, cows, zero grazing. There's a lot. Yes.
And maybe as we conclude, I want you to just make that point, very clear, your stand as Tooro Kingdom when it comes to, how land is owned, how land is, how women use land, how women access land, just to make that, point of clarity that this is your stand as the kingdom when it comes to ensuring that we uphold, women land rights in the kingdom.
Okay, as a woman and a deputy prime minister, Tooro Kingdom, minister for gender, and
representing
of course,
the kingdom
and a mother.
And you're also representing the kingdom, by the way, as we speak.
Yes. I will say it very clearly that women should not be underrated. Women should not be intimidated. Women should be empowered, and women, of course, should be given a chance and a right to own land freely, and of course use it. And of course, secondly, if you are a woman out there, they have left you on the land. They have given you land. They have empowered on that land. Please make use of it. Don't start selling the land, doing useless things. Use it, maintain it, secure it, protect it, and make use of it.
And as Tooro Kingdom, what is your stand?
As Tooro Kingdom, we are working out a document to help women and the girls to see that they are protected on the land. Because gender-based violence is on the increase. And of course, and you see these women, when you look at them, when you go to them, when you visit them, they are really suffering. Of course, some of them they cultivate, and when it's time to sell, it's the woman, the men who are selling. And after selling, they don't want they don't want the family to share whatever the money they get equally. So, and they do a lot of work on that land. You see, you find women are doing a lot on that land, and out of the scratch. But then when it comes to sharing, things go sour. So that I think we came up with we are still working on that document with international justice missions, and we shall see.
So that means domestic violence is one of the factors that is limiting women from, peacefully enjoying their rights on land here in Tooro Kingdom.
Yes, in some homes, yes. Yes, gender-based violence. And as the Tooro Kingdom, it's one of the programs, it's one of the activities, one of what we are fighting. See that gender-based violence is, yes, but...
And I see the king talking a lot about Lindi taka lyawe, Linda, family yawe. Is that also one of, I would say, the leading, principles that this kingdom is, moving by to ensure women tenure security, I would say?
Yes, it's, the king is all about protecting the land, securing the land, promoting our indigenous foods or seeds, and of course on that land, and of course looking after the children peacefully, and of course teaching them what is their identity, their culture, their norms, and what have you on the same land. But then if you need to see the Tooro or the people of Tooro, you have to protect their land. And they themselves, they have to protect their land. As the people of Tooro, let's work together, let's love each other, let's support each other. What is good for you, let it be good for another person. And secondly, let us protect our children, and let us protect our women, let us protect the girl children, and of course, let us protect the children. Yes.
And our land as well.
And our land, of course, yes. Yeah. Of
All
course, we
right.
protect and our children on that very land.
All right. Thank you very much, Owekitinisa Abwooli Harriet Nyakake. She is the Deputy Prime Minister here in Tooro Kingdom. She's also the Minister of Gender. Thank you very much for giving us your time and for us having this conversation and clarity on some of what is culturally acceptable norms and practices here on land when it comes to, women's land rights. And I think from her conversation, it's very clear that as Tooro Kingdom, women are, top priority. They have all the rights. They have all the rights they can, to enjoy their full bundle of rights on land. This conversation, we have been having it, like I mentioned, with a Deputy Premier of Tooro Kingdom, and we're trying to capture some of the culturally acceptable norms and practices when it comes to, women land rights here in the kingdom. And the reasoning behind it is for us to help communities identify what are some of those, negative norms so that they can be able to transform from them by themselves. My name is Rita Kemgisa Abwooli. Until next time, bye-bye.